I wanted to address in particular are people telling you that you really don't need any kind of anxiety medication or therapy. Hello, everybody. So the last time we came and sat down and discussed something about anxiety, we were talking about sertraline. And I'll link the video where I talked about my sertraline journey and taking Zoloft right here. But a lot of you guys come in the comment section talking about how you are not able to take sertraline and or any antidepressant for that matter, and even some more side effects that you have had that may be even incurable. So I don't want to, sertraline works for me, but I also felt compelled to give some other alternatives. And the one alternative that I have tried, well, not an alternative to me, but the one thing that I have tried also is therapy. So if you have not tried therapy before and you cannot take antidepressants, that just might be the go-to thing that'll help you be able to deal with your anxiety. Not many people want to kind of hear therapy as an option because, first of all, it's a commitment. And to me, it can kind of be a lifelong commitment. You have to keep going, keep engaging with a therapist to deal with your anxiety. And a lot of people don't want to do that. But you got to take into consideration that it is your quality of life that is at stake here. And you got to do something to help yourself to relieve some of the anxiety. So one of the first things that you don't want to do is, and I'm going to be looking down because I made a little bit of notes because I didn't want to forget anything that helped me through my anxiety journey that I'm still on. If you watch the sertraline video, you know that I still deal with anxiety when I do not take the medication. It's not advisable to just stop taking the medication, but sometimes I try not to take it for a day or two. But anything that can help, because I have lived with anxiety and I know how bad it can really get. So if you see me looking down, it's just because I don't want to miss anything. And one thing that I wanted to address in particular are people telling you that you really don't need any kind of anxiety medication or therapy. Or I know for me, when I first started to take medication for my anxiety, my husband, he would call it a placebo. He would say that it was just something that I was taking that made me feel like I was taking something to help, and therefore I wasn't feeling my anxiety. If you have a spouse or someone close to you that may be saying you don't need therapy, a lot of people do not believe in therapy. They believe that all situations can be handled just through the power of your mind, sometimes the power of prayer if you're a believer, or just through toughing it out, and that's not how. All of us cannot be relieved of our anxiety and our constant thoughts by just, hoping and wishing, or even sometimes praying them away. We need some kind of assistance, and therapy for me really does help in that area. It is my feeling, though, when it's all said and done, that you need someone to talk to that understands feelings of anxiety, because not everybody understands what is going on when you're feeling severe anxiety. Okay, so for me, I chose Betterhelp. This video is not at all sponsored by Betterhelp, and I know that there are tons and tons of bad reviews floating around on the internet about Betterhelp. So if you had a bad experience with Betterhelp, or you heard of somebody, please don't take this as an endorsement of Betterhelp. But for me, I did choose Betterhelp. I found a wonderful therapist. She was available through the chat, the messaging, and through video calls once a week. She was always available. I was always able to contact her via chat, even if it wasn't a scheduled time. And even if I was having a panic attack about something, she would be there. So she was a very consistent and present therapist, and I found her on BetterHelp. So if you have been wondering or you've been wanting to consider doing therapy on one of the online apps and you've just been wondering if they work. For me, in my personal experience, yes, they worked for me. Just again, to close this out, like I said, I just wanted to make another video because I had so many people that were commenting that they were still suffering from anxiety. My previous video was not to necessarily endorse sertraline, but just to show that, hey, if you really feel that you can't deal with your anxiety, there are other options out there, and medication is not the only option. Therapy takes a lot of the personal self-work though. I will say that maybe you could find a holistic therapist. Before I actually took the plunge into actually taking Zoloft or sertraline, I was using CBD oil. For me, CBD oil definitely did work. And if you guys want me to do another video on CBD oil, the type that I use, and how it works and why it works, I can do that for you. Just comment below. But I definitely think that CBD oil works for my mild anxiety symptoms. At the time, I was dealing with some situational anxiety that really, it was difficult to deal with, because every time that situation or a notification from that situation would arise, then my anxiety would come back, and it really had nothing to do with just a base of being anxious. So if you are just dealing with basic anxiety, I would recommend CBD oil because I feel like it works. But go see a holistic therapist, talk it over with someone, find someone that you can talk about your anxiety with. It will make a difference. It will make a difference. Medication is not the only way. A combination of everything might be the answer for you. Keep trying. It's your well-being that is at stake. So in a nutshell, if you're like me, you spend a lot of your time doing for other people, you owe it to yourself to treat your anxiety. You owe it to yourself, and you need to go ahead and do it. So I hope that some of these options that I'm putting out there can be of assistance to you guys who are still dealing with anxiety, because it's really a soft place for me because I know how difficult it can be. Guys, again, if you want to check out my video about Zoloft or sertraline, I'll link that and on the end cards. Come back, follow up, tell me how your journey is going. Tell me if you're already in therapy and if it just does not work for you. We're gonna find a solution to this. You know, I feel like I want to make it my goal. I don't want to see anybody suffering from panic and anxiety. So guys, I'll see you in the next one.